Hi everybody, welcome to another B2VB Basics review. Here we are in week 19 in 2024, and our challenge for this week was to show top N in our viz. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at some of our reviews. Before we do that, just a few items to go over. So everything that you need to know about our B2VB Basics data community project is here on the Tableau Student Guide website under the B2VB Basics tab. We release a challenge every 2 weeks, along with some other updates and tips and tricks throughout the week. And then towards the end of the 2-week period, this is when I'll hop on and do a live review of some of the dashboards that are submitted. If you would like to have your dashboard considered for review, make sure you submit it into our tracker. This tracker is on my Tableau public page, so there's a lot of great resources on here, as well as a ton of resources and links out to other previous dashboards from different challenges. So make sure you take a look at those. And then finally, make sure you are checking out the tips that Shreya shares out with every challenge. These are a great way to just learn about the different charts or different exercises that we're going through for that prompt, as well as just some maybe things that you didn't know about those features. So this week we are looking at top N, and one of the main things that I always see that top N that people forget to consider is adding that filter to context within Tableau. So we need to first make sure that we are filtering for everything that we're looking for, and then we can find the top N within those values. So that's sometimes where I see a little bit issue. So a really great tips from Shreya for this week. And let's go ahead and check out our challenge. So we collaborated with the Game Night Viz team for this week, where we are looking at a subset of 2,500 top-rated video games. So really interesting data set here. We tried to make it a little bit smaller just since our project is focused on, kind of those starting out with Tableau or just focusing on some of those different skill sets within Tableau. All right, so let's take a look at our first one here. This dashboard comes from Kamagaki. This is a very simple, top N filter along with a different parameter. So we are allowed to, or the user is able to go in and select, different scores here. So using this parameter paired with our top N filter allows me to kind of create a truly custom and dynamic view, so I can kind of play around with these different options and see how it affects my view. So very clean visualization here, very simple, right? This is what we're after with this challenge, is just to really make sure that we're kind of honing in on those foundational data viz skills. All right, this one comes from Kane. Kane, this one, I really like just how you have the different options here for us. We have our genre that we can filter by throughout the visualization. So I'm sure under the hood, you might have this applied to context. So we're first filtering for this, and then we're finding the top N within our genre here. So great job getting that feature to work. We do have the option here to switch between the meta score and the user score. So I love having these buttons as parameters rather than just like the typical dropdown. So great use of an advanced technique here. And then using the slider here, I love how you have this window kind of floating over it to call out the number that I'm on. So really great added feature here that you have. I think just for those that might be a little bit confused, if we're looking at, let's just say we're looking at the meta score here, and we're looking at, we do have like a few that are tied. So that's why our numbers are going 1, 2, 3, and 5. So we have 2 here that are tied in the third and fourth position technically. So that's why we're just grouping them in 3, and then we're showing 5. But as I change the slider, right, this isn't going to update until I get to the next value that is not 90. So here we go. So now we bring in the next 5. So a lot of different kind of technicalities here, but great use of a top N filter that's paired with different parameters as well as other filters. And our final one that I'm going to go over comes from Rio. Rio, this one is so creative. I first clicked it open and actually wasn't sure if it was for this challenge, but this is a really great visualization. Really unique, kind of that data visualization, art that sometimes we aspire to do. So what we have here is we are looking at 1,800 video games, and then each inset triangle is going to be a video game title, and then the color indicates the genre. So basically every triangle that we see is a different video game, and then the color of it indicates the genre. This is the average Metascore ranking by genre. So we do have a slider here. When I click this, now we're showing 7. If I click this again, now we're showing 14 to 21. Okay, so I think, Rio, maybe just a little bit more clarification around how this is working. So I think this is supposed to be 7, not 14. So I think what you're saying is show me the video games that fall in the top 7 average Metascore. So that would be these genres here, and we're showing all the video games for that and showing where they fall throughout the entire rank. I think that's what we're trying to get at here. And then this should be 14, but I think you have the number as 7. So now we're showing the top 14 genres by Metascore, and then we're showing where all of those video games rank within each. So I love that you have a tooltip here so I can hover over the triangle to see what it is that I'm looking at. And then, using the legend here, right? If I just wanted to look at racing games, I can click on that and then it highlights it for me. So really unique visualization here. I love all the different colors. I love, just the creativity here. So thank you for sharing. I think if you just kind of, maybe add a little bit more text here or context just to explain to the user what's going on, then it will make things a little bit clearer for everybody else. That is all that we have to review for this week. So thank you so much for attending. Like I said, we'll do these reviews with every challenge that we put out, or we'll try to do them with every challenge that we put out. Make sure you submit your visualizations. Share them on Twitter, share them on LinkedIn, but most definitely share them in our visualization tracker. That is where I go to pull up the dashboards that we're going to review for each challenge. So thank you so much for participating, and we'll see you next time.